Hi, all of you. Yeah, thank you for your questions and your processes that you're sharing. Here, conflicts within a family have generally to do with two aspects. It is place, yeah, or it is that we are fighting for the love, meaning of our parents, caretakers of our environment, in the form of the basic needs. Yeah, who gets more attention? And I think we all know that when you have children yourself, then you all know how that actually always is with our children. We have forgotten those processes, perhaps also not, but often we did. But we can see that in others. It's always like, I always have to do that, and this one is never, this kind of fighting, yeah, fighting with each other, that you seemingly are giving preferences to one of your children. So this is very common, yeah, and we have also experienced that. So problems in the family, it is very often having a place, yeah, is an essential thing. It's all about, consolation. The word already says that, yeah. Consolation. What is my place in the family? And when we do consolations, then we correct it, because there is an order within a family. There is a hierarchy within a family. Here we are going about the place, the position within your family. And when that position is kind of out of order, when you are, let me say, the firstborn, yeah, when you're the firstborn child, you always kind of are in the position that you should be the smarter one, you should be the one who knows, yeah, you are always the one who has to be more responsible, yeah, you are put into a position as if you are really not on the same level with your siblings, yeah, but that you are above them. In constellation, you are also above them, but you're not responsible for them. And that is very often what happens with the firstborn. The firstborn has a tendency to be put in front line. And that means there is a disorder, because for the siblings, you are same. Yeah, you are not responsible for the other person. You're not responsible that the other person doesn't cry, or that he gets his thing or something like that. You're not. The moment you are made responsible for a sibling, then you actually feel that it is not okay. And also the sibling feels that you are taking a position which is not yours. And that's very essential. So both of you are put into a position that is not yours. And it feels, that someone wants to overpower you. He wants to take something about you, or want to abuse you and stuff like that. Very, very tense there, You don't want to give in. You don't want to give the other one what he actually asks you to do. Yeah. So you ignore, or you fight back, or you criticize, or you tell someone else what to do. So you don't want to be overpowered. And this overpowering comes because of this positioning that you mistakenly, between brackets mistakenly, because we know it's all forming, but that you took. And the family is always the hardest place to have a certain trait move towards the enrichment. So this is then also what I want to ask you, like, how do you react at this very moment on it? How do you deal with that critical situation? What are you doing? What is the behavior? And this is now very important, what would you do in such a situation when it would not be your sibling? When it would be just any person, yeah, any person yeah, can be also a friend, yeah, so not a stranger perhaps, but you can also take a stranger, someone you are just an acquaintance or something like that. How would you then act? Yeah, how would you deal with that situation then? Yeah, and just try to really get into it. How would you do it? And how do you do it now? How do you act now? Yeah, do you want to avoid it? Do you also have a small power struggle? How do you do your power struggle? Yeah, do you force the other one towards a reaction? Yeah, be it consciously, subconsciously, yeah, that you complain about it, or you just leave it and then the energy is changing. Yeah, so how do you now deal with it? And then see, is it the same behavior or is it different in the essence? Yeah, when you would, for example, in a certain situation, you would like to talk to that person when something happens which is not as you think it's okay for you, then you would like just normally talk and say, oh, you might not have known, but this is like for me it's a bit difficult, so I could really appreciate if you could do this or that. Yeah, and then when you would say like this, and when you, for example, in the behavior where the tension is there in the family, yeah, you have to talk about it. You feel the urge. I must do something about it. I have to tell her or him. Yeah, so I have to say something about it. I can't accept it like that. Yeah. So but both of them, yeah, is that you take your place and that you share, about of how it is for you and what you would like to have. So you share your need and your desire, yeah. But in the one situation, in a developed situation, you would just do it with a free outcome. It's a question, yeah, not more than that, yeah. And the other one, it's a demand, yeah, it's a demand, and that is fire and oil on the power struggle, of course, yeah. So how to deal with it? How do you do your power struggle if it is two different traits, like how you would do it with a person you're not emotionally involved with at all, yeah, and how you deal with it in this situation. And when you see it's clearly two different kind of behaviors, you might want to develop both behaviors, or at least the one how you deal with it where it is destructive, the other one when it does not have to do with it and it's working fine with you, for you. No, then you don't have to do anything about it. But if you would like to, then the other one where it is not yet working. So the integration exercise with these sentences, yeah, you could do with it, with that exact behavior, how you now deal with it. Yeah, and that is to look into what kind of assumption, yeah, could here be helpful, yeah, and to do the integration exercise on that level so that you are strengthening the observer in it, yeah. Or you can do both,